The weather in Florida is probably the only place where it's normal and okay.
Yeah, I haven't been looking at Florida. I've been a little preoccupied with our own weather this afternoon. It's gotten pretty rowdy on the radar, so let's jump right into it. We've got a severe weather risk for the rest of this evening. When we left you last night, this was just a 1 out of 5 risk and only covering really about the top half of these couple counties right here. Since then, this is what it has been expanded to include a slight or 2 out of 5 risk for some of our northern counties, and they expanded that 1 out of 5 risk to include our southern counties and essentially the rest of the coastal bend. The main threats that we're seeing with this has been hail and wind, though there is just a very small tornado risk as well that we just can't leave that out. Here's what watches and warnings are looking like on our radar. Earlier, it was just a couple of our northern and western counties that were in this severe thunderstorm watch. The pink one here, that has since been expanded to include all of our counties except for Refugio and Aransas counties. We've also got a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings currently going on. Now, this is going to be again for about 1 inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. You can see how it's kind of making this bowing structure, kind of that almost U shape. It's bent. That's because there's a lot of strong winds coming in through the back of it. So that's why this is getting warned for it. On top of that, we've also had some flood advisories to our northwest because of the heavy rain. So you can see plenty of orange and red as well as lots of lightning. So heavy rain, thunder, lightning, all of that good stuff is included with it. Here's a check of how fast it's moving, around 35 miles per hour to the southeast, and I've drawn this out for about the next hour or so, so I didn't include Corpus Christi in it quite yet, but based on all of these, we could be seeing it, if it does hold together, about 7 o'clock here in the coastal bend. So if you are out at buck days or have plans to go out there, make sure you're keeping up with us. Futurecast not doing a very good job this evening, unfortunately, but that storm will continue to move out of here and clear us out heading into tomorrow morning. We wake up pretty cloudy with a couple of stray showers, temperatures in the 70s, so very, very warm and very muggy yet again. Tomorrow afternoon, temperatures getting into the upper 80s and lower 90s with a breezy southeasterly wind continuing to bring more and more humidity here into the coastal bend. The good news for the next couple of days is our rain chances stay on the lower side. Just a stray chance really. Heading into Tuesday morning, another cloudy and muggy morning, waking up in the 70s. Another chance into Tuesday afternoon, but as we slowly lose those rain chances and maybe even a little bit of cloud cover, that means afternoon temperatures are going to go up, and so are those feels like temperatures. We'll get to that in just a second, but first here's a check of those rain chances. Again, a stray to isolated chance the next few days, pretty much dry through the middle of the week, and then heading into the end of this week, we're eyeing another cold front. So we've got severe storms, heat indices, and a cold front all in the same forecast. So welcome to South Texas in spring. Scattered chance heading into Friday as well as into next Sunday for Mother's Day. So taking a look up in Futurecast to the northern plains, you can see the cold front eventually forming there and moving across with some severe weather for those folks heading into Monday yet again. This system gonna stall out across the northern part of the state, so that front taking its sweet time to get down to us here in the coastal bend, even until Thursday. It's still hanging out there. Now, as this does eventually come down here, that'll hopefully clear out a little bit of our clouds, but it's looking to keep most of the clouds, as well as that scattered rain chance in our forecast for Monday, as well as heading into Friday, as well as heading into Sunday for Mother's Day. So here's a check of those feels like temperatures. Again, actual temperatures getting into the upper 90s with feels like temperatures at 110 here in Corpus Christi, warmer elsewhere. So that's going to be when we start to see heat advisories being issued, so make sure you're taking your heat safety seriously. All of that thanks to the humidity, which is making our low temperatures quite muggy overnight. Here's a check of tomorrow's forecast. The heat indices very, very hot in the afternoon, getting up to feeling like we are in the upper 90s and lower 100s. Here's a check of those actual air temperatures in the upper 80s and lower 90s. Very dry this week in terms of rain chances, but that humidity is going to make it feel quite soupy outside. Brian.
Thank you, Kristen.